Hello everyone. So in this video, we are going to see how to do manual XSS payload building. So this is very important because we find XSS everywhere in most of the website. So in this video, we will learn how we can do manual XSS payload building. So let's see this. I'm onto this website, which is orientalbirdimages.com. So I'm just going to search for Hacktify in the input, that is search. And after, I can see it is getting reflected, where it is getting reflected into the URL bar, as you can see over here. Perfect. So I will just go to the page source by clicking on view page source. As you can see, this is the page source. I'm going to copy this and go to editor. Now I'm going to paste the page source into this notepad editor. So after just pasting it over here, I'm going to search for the input that I gave, and I gave Hacktify, and you can see there is one match. Perfect. So as you can see over here, Hacktify is the input which is coming in the parameter that is value. So the parameter is value, and the input that has been given, which is the value, is over here between the double quotes. If you can see, double quotes here and double quotes here, and the value is, which means the input is into this double quotes. Perfect. So by this we can conclude that whatever we give as an input into this website comes into this types of double quotes. So if we give the payload, XSS payload, it will also come between this double quotes. Perfect. As you can see over here, there is also a closing bracket, which indicates this is the closing bracket for this opening bracket, which is input type. Yes, so let's see furthermore. Our input comes between these double quotes. We have already seen that. And now let's say if I give a XSS payload onto that search field, it is going to come like this into the input, somewhat like this. Yes. A simple XSS payload, that is script alert 1 and script tag close. Now as you can see, my payload has become the value, and if my payload becomes a value, I cannot do XSS. So let me just try to hit it over here and hit go. As you can see, nothing happened, no execution, therefore no XSS. Which means I need to balance this. I need to balance the input which is going over here. My input is becoming value between these double quotes. So what if I try to make this value come out of those double quotes? How? So the application logic is any input should come between double quotes. What if I give a double quote into my payload itself? The application will get tricked, and the application will think, let's say if I give a double quotes over here after Hacktify, the application will think that the value is completed over here, the input is completed over here, and it will treat this as outside of the value, and it will try to execute it. Perfect. So I'm just going to copy this double quotes and closing bracket, and I'm going to tell that the input gets closed over here, and basically the value gets closed over here, whatever the attacker is going to give. In our case, we are going to give Hacktify and XSS payload. So a double quote here, and then I'm going to close this by this closing bracket of this input type. So I'll just do that quickly, and double quotes and closing bracket. Perfect. So now my payload is this. What is my payload? My payload is Hacktify, double quotes, closing bracket, and then script alert 1 script tag close. Let me just save this source code into a file which is balance1.html, and let's try to open this balance1.html into a web browser. If we get a XSS execution, then we have successfully balanced our payload. So let's try to see this. Perfect. We got one. Let's try to reload this, and we are getting an XSS execution, which means we have successfully balanced our payload. Perfect. So let's take this payload from here now. Our payload starts from Hacktify till script tag close till here. Let's copy this, go into the website and paste it over here, put it and hit go. Perfect. We have successfully balanced our payload. Let's go to one more website. This is bewakoof.com. Let's try to search for Hacktify over here and hit enter. Now you can see I'm getting a reflection of Hacktify. Now I will right click and do view page source because I want to see the source code. I'll just copy this, go into my favorite editor again and paste it over here. Now I'm going to search for the input, that is Hacktify. As you can see, there are total 17 matches, which means it is getting reflected at 17 positions, 17 different positions into the page source. So I'm going to take one of the source that I want. So let's see which source do we take. Not this one. Let's try to take a source which is, let's say, param equals to value type. So yeah, let's take this one. Over here you can see Hacktify is getting reflected. Now what if I, instead of Hacktify, I give the XSS payload with Hacktify? So it is going to look somewhat like this into the page source. Hacktify script alert 1 script tag close, a basic XSS payload. As you can see over here, it would look somewhat like this if I have given the input. Now, as you can see, it has not got balanced because it has become a value. So I do not want my payload to become value. So I'm going to take this out of the value tag. How do I take it out? I have seen that this meta property tag gets closed like this. So I'm going to close it here only into my input payload. So my payload is now Hacktify double quote slash closing brace and then the XSS payload. Perfect. Let's try to save this. Go to the browser and let's try to reload this and see if we are able to get XSS execution or not. If we get it, then we have successfully balanced our XSS payload and it works perfectly fine. So yes, when I reload this, I have got the XSS execution, which means we have successfully balanced our attack vector. Perfect. Let's go to the third website in which we are going to see again XSS balancing. So in this, I search for Hacktify. I'll go to the page source. I'm getting there for the reflection. I'm going to just copy this, go into my notepad editor. I'm going to paste it here and search for Hacktify. As you can see, this is the input which I searched for is getting reflected at only one position. Perfect. So here, if I've given the input as an XSS payload with Hacktify, it would have looked somewhat like this. Script alert 1 script tag close, and I wrote an extra script tag. Let me just delete this one. Yep, so now it's perfect. Hacktify script alert 1 script tag close. This is what the input will be given. Now it is not balanced, guys. So for balancing, let me see how can I try to balance this. So let me go here and you can see that this is going to be get ended somewhere here. A script tag is getting closed. So maybe a new script tag will start, and let me try to end the script tag over here only. So let's say if I end a script tag like this and script tag close and then execute the script, the XSS payloads. Let's try to go here and reload this. Perfect. We are getting an XSS execution over here. So yes, we are able to execute this and we are able to successfully build an manual XSS attack vector. So I hope you guys understood that whenever onto any application, if you're not able to get an XSS, maybe you are missing the most important thing, that is balancing it. So this was one of the manual approach of balancing an XSS by looking at the page source. I hope this helps and thank you.